Dropping this Saturday, April 6th, Jordan Brand will officially be releasing the Air Jordan 4 in the Vivid Sulfur colorway. The retail price tag for this sneaker is going to be $210. And I'm noticing that there's a lot of people sort of on the fence about this sneaker, whether they want to pick it up or not. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about this sneaker a little bit. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it. And towards the end of the video, I'll give you some resale predictions. Now, it probably wouldn't surprise most of you guys to know that the Air Jordan 4 is by far the most popular Air Jordan sneaker that we have going on right now, right? But that wasn't always the case. Not even that long ago. Whenever Air Jordan 4s would come out, a lot of them would sit, unless it was like a special one or some kind of collaboration, and they would sit and they would go for below retail. And you could pick them up months later at retailers or even the Nike outlet. But I would say maybe over the past 3 or 4 years, they've definitely become more popular, and they've just kind of continued this like meteoric rise. Each and every one that comes out, you know, is a little bit different. The colorways kind of borrow the color blocking from other sneakers, or the materials are sort of the same as other ones, but that doesn't really matter, man. The Air Jordan 4 is the most hyped silhouette that we have today, and we got the Air Jordan 4 Vivid Sulfur dropping this Saturday. Now, this is going to retail for $210, and it's a women's exclusive, and they're not going to be doing extended sizes in this one, so it's basically going to cut out a lot of people that might want this sneaker, that think that it's nice, or you know, would have loved to add it to their collection, just because they're not making extended sizing in this. Now, I'm one of those people that really doesn't like the women's exclusive unless, you know, it's like something special for the ladies. When it comes to like Air Jordans and some of these colorways, especially something like this, you know, it should just be a unisex sneaker, you know, and you just have the men and women's sizes on the box, you know what I mean? Because men buy women's sneakers, women buy men's sneakers for basically every single release. So I don't really think that that matters in 2024. But, you know, some people will be left out in the cold with this one just because they're not going to be making certain sizes. Now, with this being a women's release, for my guys out there that want to pick this sneaker up, it's vital. I mean, it's important that you guys select the right size so that the sneaker actually fits you. So what you're going to want to do, for example, is if you wear a size 9 in men's, you're going to want to get a 10.5. So you're going to want to go up 1.5 size. So, you know, make sure you guys do that. Make sure you guys don't pick up the wrong size or anything like that, because, you know, if you do, it's not going to fit you. Now, another thing that I think is extremely important to point out is that this Air Jordan 4 Vivid Sulfur does not have that new shaping. It does not have that Air Jordan 4 Bread Reimagined shaping, that pine green SB4 from last year. And we've been hearing basically all of 2024 that every Air Jordan 4 that was going to be dropping this year was going to have that new shaping that we all love, by the way. I mean, it's extremely comfortable. It looks great on feet. I'm a big fan of what they've been doing with that. But I guess they're all going to have that except for this one, for whatever reason. This has that same shaping that we've had for years upon years upon years, but it doesn't have that new shaping, which is kind of a downer for me, because honestly, I've been on the fence about this sneaker. I really like the color blocking. It has that fire red 4 color blocking. I like black and yellow sneakers, and this one I've just been like really on the fence. I've been like a lot of you guys where, you know, I'm not really sure if I want to pick this up. I mean, the military blues are coming out pretty soon. Do I really need to pick this one up? And you know, I'm from Pittsburgh, so black and yellow sneakers for me personally, always something that I'm interested in. But this yellow really isn't that Pittsburgh yellow. It's like more of like a mustard color. I mean, I think it looks great. You know, I think the sneaker is going to look great on feet. I mean, it's definitely worth picking up, you know, if this is a sneaker that you want to get, right? But I don't know if this is like necessarily like a must cop for me and basically a lot of people, because from what I'm seeing, you know, as far as like, you know, the comments on social media, my YouTube videos, some people are all in with this, you know, it's a must cop for you. You're picking it up, you know, slam dunk, no brainer. And some of you guys are like, for $210, you know, I'll see maybe if they go down for, you know, below retail or something like that, maybe I'll cop later. You know, you're not really crazy about it. So I feel like people are really split down the middle with this one on whether they want to pick the sneaker up or not. And we've seen a ton of sneakers sit as of late. You know, people ask me, you know, do you think that this sneaker is going to sit? Do you think it's going to sell out? You know, and sometimes I look at sneakers and I get it right, you know, and other times, you know, you never know, man. You know, with the day and age that we live in, with the state of the economic world and what we have in this country, you know, sometimes, you know, it's really easy to pick something out and sometimes it's not. With the Air Jordan 4's popularity and with this being a clean colorway, I think that the sneaker will sell out. As far as stock numbers go, I'm hearing that this is going to have like 225, maybe 250,000 pairs, which is a decent amount, but that's not like those crazy stock numbers that, you know, we got for the Bread 4 Reimagined or some of these other GRs that just had a whole bunch of pairs. You know, this is more on the limited side. Not saying it's limited, not saying it's going to be, you know, hard to get or anything like that, but, you know, the stock numbers from what we're hearing, you know, it's more on the limited side from what we've been seeing over like the past few months to a year. Now, just because I say that this sneaker is going to sell out, that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it's going to sell out in an hour. You know, the resale prices are going to go crazy. You know, just because a sneaker doesn't sell out in the first hour, that doesn't mean it's a bad shoe. You know what I mean? Just because it takes, you know, all weekend, that doesn't mean it's a brick or, you know, it's a terrible release that nobody wanted. You know, this is a really clean colorway. You know what I mean? Like, but people in 2024, you know, are definitely being more picky, more choosy of where they're spending their hard-earned dollars at. You know, people aren't picking up sneakers each and every single weekend the way that they once were. You know, they look at the release calendar, you know, they target certain sneakers that they want to pick up and they go after those. And some of these other ones that they like, but they don't necessarily need to have, you know, they wait for them to go for below retail and maybe, possibly pick them up later. You know, that's the move nowadays. You know what I mean? So just because a sneaker doesn't sell out immediately, it doesn't mean it's a brick or it's terrible. As far as resale predictions go, I mean, if you look out on the resale market right now, at the time of this video, when I'm recording this, prices are sort of like in that $260, $270 range, I would say on average, from, you know, the smallest size to the largest size. You know, I would say it's averaging about that price. Once these drop, you know, they're charging $210 for these. I'd probably comfortably put these somewhere between like that $245 to $275 range. And they'll probably stay around that range probably for a good while. I mean, I don't see this going up in like crazy value or anything like that. I don't think it's going to be one of those sneakers that in 5 years we look back and we look at the Vivid Sulfurs and we're like, man, I wish I would have copped the Vivid Sulfur or anything like that. But it's a clean shoe. I think it's going to look great in the summertime. I think it's going to look great on women. I think it's going to look great on men. I think it's a nice unisex sneaker that I think, you know, if you put the right outfit together with it, you know what I'm saying, it's going to look great. Air Jordan 4s look great on feet, and I think a lot of people will be interested in picking it up. Not everybody, you know what I mean? Some people are saving their money for the military blue 4s. Totally understand that. That's a valid reason to not pick these up, and especially because they don't have that OG, you know, shaping that they're doing now, that new shaping. This doesn't have that, but it still looks great. I fully expect it to sell out, and like I said, I kind of see this being like a 250-ish, you know, $275 sneaker, you know, sort of sometime soon after the release. In the long term, you know, I could see it going up to as high as $400 in like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, when the economy starts picking back up and inflation goes down. Yeah, it could be a $400 shoe, but I don't think it'll be a $500 shoe or a $600 shoe or one of those sneakers that we look at and we just like kick ourselves for not buying it. You know what I mean? If you want to pass on the sneaker, I totally understand that. You know what I mean? And if you want to pick it up, I totally understand that too. For me, it's going to go all the way down to the wire on if I want to pick it up on release day. But guys, let me know down in the comment section if you plan on picking up the Air Jordan 4 in the Vivid Sulfur colorway. Is it a cop? Is it a pass? Is it dope? Or is it trash? Let me know down in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys so much for your time, your attention, and all the support you guys show me. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that notification bell. I got a ton of dope content coming out. Early sneaker reviews, on feet looks, and of course, all the information that drops. I'll see you guys in the next video real soon. I'm out. Peace. For more sneaker content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you never miss a video.